G'day viewers, it's Dave from Back Trails Territory here once again, coming at you from the Bush Law Survival Tracking and Bushcraft School in Queensland, Australia. And this morning I'll be doing a review on one of my favourite hiking stoves, which is the stainless steel solo stove. Now, if you're not familiar with the solo stove, this model is a stainless steel dual fuel stove, and that it can burn both wood through a gassification process, which makes for very fast heating, or it can also use one of the trangia style methylated spirits stoves. This one I've got is the original one. It now comes in a lighter titanium model, which I'll be picking up eventually. The kit I've got here includes what they call the solo pot. I'll crack this open now to give you a good look at it all. And please forgive the video editing. I'm shooting this once again solo and one-handed. So basically the solo pot and solo stove combination comes within a drawstring bag you can see here. It's reasonably heavy duty and it'll hold up some abuse within your backpack. The way I've got mine within the pot itself, the stove is in another drawstring bag, which makes it easier for cleaning and keeping everything separate. And that just nests within the pot setup. Okay, so once we've taken the stove out of the solo pot, which is on the left, this is what we have. Stove itself, stainless steel. I keep my ears, but methylated spirits, smaller stove nestle within that. As I said, this is dual fuel, so you can use it purely with wood. This is what she looks like. Dimensions are, when it's nested within the solo pot and within the bag, it's about 12 centimetres in height, or 5 inches for the foreign viewers. And diameter wise it's about the same, 12 centimetres by 5 inches. So reasonably compact, and for a complete cooking system, I'm quite happy with that size. The weight comes in it, for the stove itself, 288 grams or 9 ounces, and the pot comes in at, I think it's 221 grams or 7.8 ounces. So again, not an overly heavy combination set here. Quickly, the pot itself, again stainless steel with the lid and some handy measurement gradients on the inside in there in both millilitres and ounces. But we're here to talk about the stove. As I mentioned before, it's the dual fuel with the gasifier system. I'm not a scientist, so I won't try and explain exactly how this works. Basically what you have on the inside a mesh, which is where your fuel goes, and you'll notice a series of round air vents both on the inside and the outside. What that happens is draws air through onto your in this case the wood tinder and fuel here, and heats it up very rapidly. Apparently the gas coming out contributes to the fast heating process, and have a stand on top for your pot. I'll be doing a live test of this. It's about 7:15 in the morning here. I've just spent the night in my hammock up on the hill and about to cook my breakfast. So basically, if this doesn't work, I'm going hungry. Intent simply to boil some water so I can have a brew of tea and get my muesli going. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so let's kick off with the ignition. Just by way of the water test, what I've got in there is about 450 millilitres of water, or probably about 16 ounces by the look. As I said before, just enough to get my breakfast and cup of tea on the way. So in order to start, I'm going to be using some what should be dry grass. As a bit of a disclaimer, it's a light rain started about an hour before dawn. As a result, everything is not soaked but damp. So yeah, we'll see how we go with the fire lighting. Basically got the no tricks here. Instead of what you'd use to light any fire, a bit of dry material and some twigs and kindling, and then we'll move up to some larger or slightly larger pieces of wood once the initial fire takes off, hopefully. One thing I will mention is we've had a little bit of light rain here, not enough to soak the ground, but enough to make any of the kindling a little bit damp. So in order to facilitate the fire starting process, I've just got some cotton wool in there that's been impregnated with Vaseline in the usual fire starter method. And that will just add some grass, ferns and twigs once that takes. And see how we go. As you can see from my solo stove, it's not completely new. I've used this a few times very, very successfully. This is the first time I've videoed it. And what we're aiming for is just enough of a gasifier burn to get the kindling going. Then we'll get the pot on. Okay, it's probably a little bit harder to see through the camera, but we've definitely got all the flames taken at the bottom of the sort of the fire pit area of the stove. So we'll go on with the stand, and then I'll hit the stopwatch and see how long it takes to actually boil the water. Now, one requirement of any good stove is the ability to rapidly fill it with fuel, which I should have shown this before. You see we've got a reasonably big area under the stand there, with some smaller bits of kindling. Just drop them straight down the opening there, and they catch on pretty quick. Okay, so water on, and we'll hit the timer. And as usual, I'm not going to bore you with watching the water pot boil, so I'll come back as soon as that's done. Okay, just coming up to the 2.5 minute mark, and as you can see, that's really pumping out some serious heat and flame just from that small amount of wood fuel we put in. Not sure if you can hear on the camera. You can definitely hear the gasifying sound. I wouldn't imagine we've got water starting to boil yet, but alright, there we go. Bubbles already starting at the 2 minute 45 mark. Pretty good going. We're up to 4 minutes 20. Still got some flames going, just to show you how easy it is to add the fuel straight through the side there, like so. and starting to steam, and quite a few bubbles in there, not quite boiled yet though. So I'll be back once it's finished. Okay, just gone 8:20. That's actually been going at the boiling point for about the last minute. I just want to boil it for a minute or so. As you can see, loads of bubbles, fit to drink, and I think I threw one more twig in there since last time. That fuel load is still pretty good there. So all up, I'm happy with that. 8 minutes to boil the billy from cold start isn't too bad. So there you have it, the solo stove. If you've been considering getting one of these, I highly recommend it. It's a pretty good bit of kit. And once again, thanks for watching.